What is going on, y'all? And top of the morning to you. So, I have like a couple weeks worth of stuff, I think. I don't remember when's the last time I shot a video. It's been a while, so I just threw 2 weeks out there. Been getting in all kind of stuff and really trying to kind of re-hone what I want to collect after selling all that stuff, and it's been kind of a chore. And you know what's funny is I find myself going right back to TTMs and autographs, which I was trying to fight it, and I don't know why I was trying to fight it. It doesn't make any sense to me. But I was trying to just collect something different because it's the same thing that I've collected since I was like 15 years old. And so I just find myself right back where I was, which is fine, which is perfectly fine. So I've been TTMing on the DL, that's the down low. And I've been getting in a bunch of dudes that I don't know who the hell they are. It's great. No, I'm kidding. Oh, well, I'm kidding, but I'm not kidding. Watching Canadian cards and his vintage hockey pickups, and there's another guy that I wish he'd make another video. He hadn't made a video in a while, named Top Shelf, and he does a ton of vintage hockey TTMs as well. I don't know, man. Like, just the way that signed vintage hockey looks, it's just gorgeous, I think. And if you followed me for a while, you know I've always said, like, I feel like a signed card is almost like a piece of art. It's like the color of the pen with the color of the background of the card, and it matches, and sometimes it's just like beautiful, in my opinion. So I started going down some hockey, talking to Mike about who's good, who's not good, looking into some history of hockey, which has been pretty interesting. But I got in, and I'm not going to pronounce any names because I'm famously known for being terrible at it. But I've been getting in quite a bit of hockey players. This Mark Howe and Marty Howe, which was pretty cool. And Grim Reaper, which just was out like, what was it, 260 something days. It was out a long time. It was forwarded from my old address down in Houston. Moving on to something that I think there's about 3 of you that enjoy or collect, and we'll get past it and get into some baseball after this, but some WNBA stuff. I have a guy in Arizona that does a lot of in-person graphing for me for WNBA gals, and he charges next to nothing. We'll see if he keeps charging that this year now that it's gotten a little bit more popular. But he charges me $5 an autograph, no matter how big or small the athlete is. So I've been trying to pick up some stuff I'd like him to get signed. And I picked up this Haley Jones. I don't know what variant this is. I bought it because I thought it was a snake skin, but it's not snake skin. There's all kind of wild, crazy stuff on the sides, but I've always said I like refractors. I like silvers and shinies and all that stuff, and that's what that card is. And then I found myself, actually, here's another one. Dejanay Carrington, who I was a real big fan of last year. I've said this in the past video. She kind of reminds me of like a Russell Westbrook. Just real scrappy man. Well, in his younger days. And she got traded to the Dallas Wings here in DFW area in the off season. So pretty cool. Like a player I enjoyed watching now is on my local team. And that's kind of cool. WNBA Prism came out not too long ago. What was it? 3 months ago? Something like that. And there was a set, or a subset, I should say, that I really, really liked. And so I picked one up, and then 2 and 3 and then 10. And I don't know if I want to do the set because they're numbered to 39. And I really enjoy watching the WNBA. I just don't know if I enjoy it enough to pay the Caitlin Clark, Cameron Brink, Angel Reese, prices for these cards, and I think each one of them has at least 2 cards in the base set. But it is the Black Velocity, and it's not going to show up the best here. Well, you can kind of see the little laser marks, if you will, around them. But picked up a ton. There's Alyssa Thomas, Tiffany Mitchell, Kaylee Samuelson, Alicia Gray, Brianna Stewart, Brittany Griner, DeWanna Bonner, Katie Lou Samuelson, Kia Nurse, shout out to the Canadians out there, and another player I really enjoy watching, Marina Mayberry. So that's that. I would say, I guess I'm kind of working on the set. I really haven't picked up too many of the bottom feeders, and I really haven't picked up too many of the heaters, of the more expensive ones. I bought a Sabrina Ionescu last night on auction, and it was like $40. And then this Brianna Stewart, I want to say it was like $30 on auction. Both of those that I just stated were on auction. But that's that. So, moving on. Hopefully, most of y'all stuck around. Some TTMs we got in, baseball related. This beautiful, this is second year, Fisk. I think it's second year. Probably wrong. With the Hall of Fame inscription. This is probably one of my favorite images of his on a card. Just gorgeous, man. And for back then, that was about as action as it got. Hell, if they had this on a card this day, that'd be so much action on a card. It's gorgeous. Let's see, we'll put those aside because that's a purchase. Still working on the Burt Blyleven run. So got in 2 in the past couple weeks. Another Boggs. And all of these are runs that I'm still actively working on. I bought this, what is this, 85? Yeah, this 85 Goose Gossage. And then I had one in the mail, TTM, and I didn't realize it. But the one that has the Hall of Fame inscription I bought for $15. And then the one without the Hall of Fame inscription, I paid $10 for him to sign via TTM. So we'll probably move the one without the inscription somewhere down the line if someone needs them for maybe the run they're working on. So I still need 2 base cards of Ryan Sandberg to complete the run, and it's the 88 and 89. I've sent it to him twice, and no joy. I can send him any other card under the sun, and he signs it. But what's weird is I've seen people get those 2 cards back in the past 2, 3, 4, 5 months. So I don't know why. It's just incredibly weird to me. But I have been working on some all-star cards of his. And this would have been his first all-star game. And then there's a couple more. So really cool. Ryan Sandberg's $10 per. And so I think it's one of the best deals in TTM. And I picked these up for they were $15 a piece, or if you bought all 3, it was $30. And so I said, well, I'll just buy all 3, and it was a lot of Drew Pearsons, and all of them were Hall of Fame inscribed. I was like, dude, that's one hell of a deal. And actually, I thought it was 3 when it wasn't 3, it was 5, because when I just put these up, it reminded me these were on the back. And those are all Hall of Fame inscribed. So, I don't remember the math. It was like $15 a piece. And if you bought them all, it was, I want to say it was $10, but there's no way I would have paid $50 for that. Oh well, just know it was a hell of a deal. I was super happy with it. Down to the home stretch, I got in Bill Mazeroski. I don't know why he personalized. I always send the correct donation to him. And so because I don't learn very well, I just sent another TTM to him with the correct donation to see if he does it again. Picked up this 2019 Topps Chrome refractor of Mike Trout in a 10, just because it was like a smoking hot deal. I think it ended for like 21 bucks. It was on an auction, and all day long, man, I'm gonna pick up these refractors in a 10 of these superstars all day long, and this is a super cool card. And then last but not least, I think I talked about my son and I going to this AEW pay-per-view that's in Arlington in July. And so I started picking up some cards to possibly get signed there. I know there's a couple meet and greets that are part of the package that I bought for the event. So I got in this Darby Allin PMG and then this Breakouts card of Dustin Rhodes. So hopefully we can get those signed. I don't know if this will, yeah, you can, some little acetate there. You can see, boop, boop. I think both of those would look really, really cool signed. So that's that. Probably some stuff you do like and some stuff you don't like in this video. So I think that's how I'm going to collect going forward here. Back into TTMing. Oddly enough, I'm really heavily into vintage hockey right now. I think I'm going to push on this WNBA Velocity set, and I'm going to try to pick up as many of these PMGs as I can from the active roster, because I have about 10 of these that are signed already, and they're signed them in white paint pen, and dude, they look, you could hang them on the wall in an art museum. They're absolutely gorgeous. So that's that. Okay, we got 4 days till Strongsville, well, until I leave to Strongsville, and I'm over the moon excited. I might tell y'all a pretty wild little story in my next video if I do one before Strongsville. If not, I'll forget the story and just leave you on the edge of your seat for nothing. Till next time, adios, be safe, bye-bye, doodles.